Hello and welcome to the MCM London Comic Con. I'm Ben.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Mark.
And we are Skip to the End, podcast partners of the MCM Comic Con. Mark, do you want to tell them a little bit about what we're going to be doing this weekend?
Yeah, we've got a weekend full of interviewing amazing people from TV and film. And Adam?
We're also going to be taking in the sights and sounds of the convention, and we've got a question of the day for you every day this weekend.
So, let's get started. We're here on the MCM Buzz stage with the multi-talented Felicia Day. Felicia, thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks for having me here. This is exciting. So much going on today.
Oh, absolutely. And you're no stranger, I'm sure, to comic conventions. So how are you finding the MCM London Comic Con?
It's fantastic. I was walking upstairs and looking out the window, and it's so huge. There's so many people and so many great costumes. Really, this is definitely a convention to see costumes at, because sometimes, you know, different temperatures for different cons, and this is definitely one for costume.
Any particular favorites that you've seen so far?
I mean, right behind you, there's an amazing, obviously handmade dragon head. I love it. We've seen a lot. I've seen some Charlie cosplay from my character from Supernatural, which is really great. And I saw a huge Marine, I believe, from StarCraft, which was fantastic, like huge, 10 feet tall. So, I don't know, it's just, I wish I had more time just to walk around to see costumes. It's just great.
You created the web series The Guild. Tell us about how that came about, and the response has been fantastic. So, I mean, web series now seem to be a new channel for people to reach out to. It must be great for you to be involved in this.
Yeah, I started doing The Guild in 2007,
Yep.
So it's quite a long time ago. I have a book that I wrote that's coming out in August, and I talk about how I got into that and how I'd never made any film before, and I just started shooting in my house. So I hope people read that and take it to heart, that you can empower yourself to do anything in this world, especially with the internet. We have the ability to reach out without permission to make things. So it was because I wanted to talk about gamers in a way that I didn't see people talking about, basically. And because Hollywood didn't see that as viable, it was too niche, that they didn't think people would watch it. So I guess we proved them wrong, because millions and millions of people have seen The Guild over the years. And when I ended the show, you know, it was definitely a journey, a huge journey for me to go from actor to, you know, writer, producer, everything.
Amazing.
And you've mentioned there the power to reach people and reach a new, potentially niche audience, but you've found that it's been more successful than that. And you know, you look at your Twitter and see how many fans you have.
Yeah.
What has it been like for you, that fan response?
I mean, it's the reason I do everything is because of the fan response. I have a company called Geek and Sundry, and you know, I could have gone to do full-time acting on a show many times. Even, you know, last week I got offered something, but it has to be the right kind of thing for me to do, because I love creating content and having the immediate feedback from the fans and learning from them what they want to see more. I want to do that even more and more as I go forward with my company, to really be more spontaneous and listen to them, because we're in a world that we can talk to the whole globe. So you don't have to try to please everybody. You just have to please enough people. And really, the world is a lot more thirsty for differing voices than we realize. And I think the internet proves that every day. They're making stars online every day. And so I'm very lucky to have been one of the early people to do that.
Oh, absolutely. And you're also known for working on multiple projects with Joss Whedon. So how did that relationship come about?
Joss Whedon and I met on the set of Buffy in 2003 or something, maybe? Oh, God, that's a long time ago. And I was one of the potential slayers they brought in, and they would kill a lot of us off every episode. So every episode I would get a new script, and I'd flip to the back to see if I was dead or not. Thank goodness he kept me alive until the very end of the series. And I just formed I knew him, and I was blessed that he liked what I did, and I got to be a part of his world. Whenever you work with someone that brilliant, who's that inspiring, you want to be a part of that world as long as you can, and I'm very blessed to have worked with him on a couple of projects.
You mentioned earlier you appear in a number of episodes of Supernatural. How did that come about? I mean, what a great series to work on.
Yeah, Supernatural has been on almost 11 years now, and it's so fantastic to be a part of that family. I was offered a role, one episode only, on that show in 2012 in season 7, and it was the very month that it shot was when Geek Sundry, my company, launched. So it was the worst time ever to go out of town, and my partner and everybody was like, "Don't leave, what are you doing?" And I was like, I read the script. Robbie Thompson, the writer, wrote this character who I had to play. She was so confident. She was a three-dimensional character in that she superseded her geeky interests. She's a lesbian character, but that wasn't the defining feature of her. And I really appreciate that kind of writing, because on TV you don't see it a lot. So I had to play her character, and then they just happened to write me back in. I was never supposed to do more than one episode, so I was very blessed with Robbie writing many, many episodes for me, and seeing a lot of layers peeled back on a character who was already complicated, but got more and more complicated as the series went on.
And I've heard recently that you're going to be involved with the animated series of Chew, based on John Layman's comic book. So are you a fan of the book?
I was a fan of the Chew comic series, yes, before I was offered the voice of one of the characters. Actually, John is a big WoW player. He's a World of Warcraft player. So we had met at, I believe San Diego Comic-Con, because he was like, "I love WoW, let me send you my comics." So he sends me his comics signed, and then I send him DVDs of things I do. He makes a lot more comics than DVDs I do, but still, he's a wonderful person, and I love the world that he created. It's so weird and quirky, and I'm very happy to be a part of it.
And speaking of comics, are there any other books that you're reading at the minute that you can recommend to people out there?
You know, I've been trying to catch up. I generally read graphic novels. I get sort of distracted. I can't keep up with single issues. So I've been reading Rat Queens, just came out with their second trade, I believe. There's a comic called Trillium, which I really like. It's kind of a space odyssey, time travel-y, not really, but it's really cool, Stargate kind of vibe. And I always love keeping up with Morning Glories, because it's just a classic, fantastic story that I'm like, what are they going to do next? So Ms. Marvel and Matt Fraction's Hawkeye just finished,
That's
I believe.
a great book, yeah.
He's so good. I love the art and all the writing on that. I'm not a big superhero fan. I'm not really interested in a lot of the characters, to be honest with you, because there are not enough ladies, I think. I like to read about I like to read female characters a lot, but certainly Hawkeye supersedes all that, because the writing is so clever, and Ms. Marvel is just well written, regardless of gender of the character. It's just so well written.
You mentioned you have a book out later this year. What's the rest of 2015 looking like for yourself?
Wow, 2015 is kind of packed, guys. So I have my book coming out. I'm bringing back The Flog, which is a show I did on the Geek and Sundry. I'm doing a limited run to celebrate my book coming out in August.
Excellent.
It's coming out in the UK with Little Brown, which so I'm very excited about books. My book and my face being in UK bookstores. I'm very excited about it in August. my company is having a huge event site at San Diego Comic-Con, so I'm busy with all of that, and we're producing another show with Will Wheaton called Titan's Grave. It's an RPG show that he is really passionate about, and it's going to be fantastic. And I have a show that I'm writing and a show that I want to direct that I'm trying to set up. So I'm a little bit busy, and hopefully, TV shows. I love being on a TV show. So with Supernatural kind of ending, I'm looking for another, situation. So I'm very excited. I'm excited.
And how about this weekend? What else have you got lined up at the convention?
I want to walk around and get some stuff. I mean, I have that much space in my carry-on left, so I don't think I can actually carry much on. I bought so much chocolate in France. It's very beguiling, and then you're like, what? $100? Okay. And then you eat it, and you're like, well, I'm going to poop out $100. Sorry, that was rude. But anyway, I ate so much food in France. Obviously, I need to stop talking. But anyway, I'm very excited to meet lots more people. There's a lot of Team Human. I have an online community called Team Human. And they're there's one, right there, Team Human. They're fantastic, and I've been meeting people all weekend. Hopefully, meet more of them, and it's just so great. The internet is fantastic. It brings people together, and whether I can spend 1 minute or 10 minutes or an hour with people, just meeting new people is awesome.
Well, that's great, and we're very happy to meet you as well. So thank you very much, Felicia.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Stay tuned for more.